Welcome to the Doubles Only Tennis Podcast, where you learn the best doubles strategies to improve your game and win more matches. I'm your host, Will Bocek. This podcast, my website, and my weekly newsletter all focus on the goal of better understanding the sport of doubles and helping players like you improve faster through actionable advice that you can use in your very next match. My goal is to provide the best doubles strategy resources in the world. And to do that, I study, analyze, and work with players at every level of the game, all the way up to the ATP and WTA tours. If you enjoy this podcast, I've created doubles strategy products that go even deeper if you want to take your doubles knowledge to the next level. At the end of this episode, I'll explain more about them, or if you want to learn more now, go to thetennistribe.com/products. Here's today's episode. In this episode, you'll hear another post-match interview from the Dallas Open, this time with Jamie Murray and John Peers. Jamie is a 7-time Grand Slam champion. John Peers has won a few Grand Slam titles as well, and he also won the Olympic gold medal in 2024 in Paris. Now, Jamie and John won their quarterfinal match in Dallas 4-6, 7-6, 11-9 in the tiebreaker, and then 10-6 in the third set tiebreaker. You'll notice that I lead with a very simple question: how did you win this match? And that is because they were down 2-6 in the second set tiebreaker. So they came back from, by ATP doubles standards, a very, very big hole. Typically when you're down double break, 4 match points in a tiebreaker, you have a very, very low chance of winning that. But they were able to find a way. They played a very good match point that they talk about a little bit when they were down 3-6 in that tiebreaker on the opponent's serve. And then they also talk about adjustments that they made throughout the match, as well as kind of some goals for the rest of the year and a few other topics. So again, this is a very short post-match interview, but I want to get all of these out to y'all so that you can listen to them, get to know these players, get a feel for what it's like for some of the best doubles players in the world on the court, and learn a little bit of strategy as well. So without further delay, enjoy this post-match interview with Jamie Murray and John Peers. So how did y'all win that match?
Good question. We just hung around long enough. We actually got a break up in the second, and I didn't serve a great game, serving for the second set, so probably should have gone to a super tie break anyway. But then I thought we just hung around. Jamie did a couple of unbelievable steals. I think it was the 6-3 point. And then, we played a pretty good super tie break after that.
Jamie?
Yeah, I mean, in the end we were lucky, right? Like, we were 6-2 down in the tie break. Like, you know, those guys should probably see that through, but like, we made an amazing save at 6-3, and then the guy double faults the next point, and all of a sudden, like, we're in the match again, and you know, we hustled a few good points and got through that, and then we were up in the tiebreaker the whole way, played some good stuff, and they came back a bit at the end, but live to fight another day, really. Yeah.
Were there any adjustments that y'all made? I felt like watching your energy was pretty even keel throughout the match, which I feel like watching y'all in the past isn't super uncommon, but then it did seem like your energy maybe raised a little bit after that second set tiebreaker, and then like going into the...
All of a sudden we had a chance to win the match, right? I guess like your focus goes up, your intensity, and like there's tiebreaks, every single point counts, and it's always a big advantage to get up at the start of the tiebreaks, and we got up like 4-1, I think, and in the end we were 9-3. Like we did well. Like, we did well to turn it around. I mean, there's not many times you'll win in the season when you're 6-2 down in the tiebreaks, in a race to 7. So we're happy to win and happy to still be in the tournament.
A lot of people who listen to this are club players who also play doubles. They also play 10-point tiebreakers. Do you have any tips for them as far as like mentality or anything specifically that you like to do in 10-point tiebreakers to keep your focus and to play well?
It's just a long way to 10. Just keep hanging around and just, enjoy the battle. There's going to be ebbs and flows in that tiebreak. It's never over until it's actually over. So just keep enjoying it and
Things
play
can
every
happen.
point.
Things can happen.
That's
Yeah.
what you can see out there.
Yeah.
How do you handle the like when you're down match points or 4 match points in the breaker? Do you treat it different mentally at all, or how do you handle it versus regular points?
I mean, I was probably thinking of the shower, to be honest. It's like, where are we going next week? You know, like,
Does it kind of loosen you up in some ways when you're,
I don't know. I mean, we made an amazing point at 6-3, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you know, and maybe the guy, you know, he got a bit edgy, double faults, and all of a sudden at 6-5, like, here's you serving, and we're back. We're back in the match. Like, again, just, you know, things can change really fast. Like, that's what happened, and after that, it was a dogfight, and you know, we like Pew said, we hung around, we made the shots we needed to make, and we got over the line somehow.
It did seem like your intensity, especially you, John, from the baseline, like raised once you got down those match points. Like early in the tiebreaker, I think you missed a few forehands, and then that 6-3 point, you were just ripping from the baseline and really focused. Did you feel like that too, or?
Not really, but I mean, I think once you get to that point, you're that far down that you got to give whatever you've got to try and hang around. To be fair. And we got lucky in the end, and that's tennis. Sometimes it rolls your way, and hopefully we're still here in the tournament now, surviving another day, and that's what you have to do sometimes.
What have you thought of Dallas compared to other 500 tournaments, this being their first year as a 500?
Yeah, I think they've done a great job. I think it's been, hotel's great, setup's pretty good. I think they can tweak one or two things just to make it a little bit smoother for a couple of things behind the scenes, but I think it's great, setup's great, food's great. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, it's an easy week for the players, right? Like, hotels next door to the venue, 4 indoor courts, 4 practice courts at an indoor venue is you know, unheard of. So, you know, it's super easy. Convenient, like Peter said, food's good, a lot of space for us to kind of move around, like no one's kind of living on top of each other, and we're enjoying. There's not much to sort of like stress you out, you know? And that's what players want, right? They don't want you know, they want to know they can practice when they want to practice, and you know, have access to good gym facilities, good food is key. Like, you know, they've done that. So.
Last question. So, Jamie, I'm hoping to talk to you later about this, but John, I'd love to hear from you. How can we make doubles more popular?
I think just trying to get a little bit more exposure. I think, as you said before, a lot of club players play doubles, and I think if we can continue to grow the game, that's the biggest thing at the end of the day, because there's a few other racket sports popping up, which are massive popularity. A majority of the time, they're playing 4 on a court as well. So there's no reason why we can't use that sort of leverage and push doubles up with it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Doubles Only podcast. If you're interested in diving deeper into any topics I discuss, I've created doubles strategy products that allow me to bring you more podcasts and other doubles content without relying on paid ads. I have ebooks and courses that help you make better strategic decisions during matches and become the smartest player on the court. Go to thetennistribe.com/products to learn more. You can also join my free weekly doubles strategy newsletter that includes video lessons and more on our homepage. If you want to connect, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or email me directly, will@thetennistribe.com.